And joining me now is David Hawkins. He's the editor of the Fulcrum here in Washington, D.C. And we do this every week, David. And some weeks we have to come in and really have a discussion about what the big issue facing Washington is that week. That was not the case today. I think it's pretty clear.
I think it's clear that, like nothing we've seen in some time, if ever, the revelations in the last week brought to us by a whistleblower, but now essentially the president's taking credit, essentially, for having called up the president-elect of Ukraine in July, the day after Robert Mueller's testimony on the Hill, amazingly, and essentially tried to put the Ukrainian government to work getting dirt, digging up information on a political rival, Joe Biden. The president doesn't put it that way. He says that there's evidence Joe Biden's corrupt, and that we as the United States should be seeking a foreign government's help. The Democrats absolutely don't see it that way. A lot of lawyers don't see it that way. They say this is getting a foreign power involved, a foreign adversary involved in digging up dirt on a rival. This is exactly what the president has just essentially gotten out from under with Hillary Clinton 4 years ago.
And we've been talking about impeachment, it seems like, for a long time during the Mueller investigation and the ultimate release of the report. We're talking about it again because of this. Are we any closer to seeing that happen?
Well, as we're sitting here right now, we're not at the magic moment. What many people know is that most Democrats now support impeachment, most House Democrats, but it's far from a supermajority or a near universality of House Democrats, and it would essentially take nothing but Democratic votes to move that through the House. That's why Nancy Pelosi's holding off. She knows how to count votes. She definitely doesn't want to pull the trigger unless she knows that impeachment would succeed. That's not the case now. One of the things she's worried about, of course, is those 31 members, Democratic members who represent congressional districts that voted for Donald Trump in 2016. So those are the most vulnerable, politically vulnerable people. It will take some of them, if not all of them, to get that supermajority for impeachment eventually.
And one of the potential tipping points that could move things a little bit is a hearing that's taking place on the Hill this week.
That's right. So the new director of national intelligence coming to the Hill this week. To make a long story very short, it's essentially his office that has the control over this whistleblower report. The Congress wants to see the whistleblower report. They want to hear the transcript or hear the tape of what the president might have said to Ukraine. At least as much as that, they want to know about the whistle report. And they definitely are tired of being stiff-armed by the administration, which says you don't have a right to this whistleblower report.
That's right. All right, David, big week. Things are happening fast. You're going to keep an eye on it for us. Thank you so much for joining us. And for more stories like these, you can check out The Fulcrum at thefulcrum.us.